Hey guys, I just wanted to give you a quick weekly Wax Gaming update, some of the things that are happening. I'll do another video later this evening with kind of a crypto wrap up, but we're going to talk specifically about what happened in the Wax Gaming network after what we thought was going to be a pretty exciting week. So hope you guys enjoy this. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So this week there was a couple things. I did a video I think on Sunday. I was so excited about this week because a bunch of things were supposed to happen. Blockchain Brawlers, Nova Rally, Dehoot Valley. There was a whole bunch that was supposed to come out, and not a lot of it in typical gaming developer fashion. Everything just got pushed out. So I'll just kind of talk about some of that stuff. Some of the things that are a little bit positive. Obviously, Realm, if you do or don't play that game, I would definitely suggest it. One of the reasons being is they've been in development for a while. They're on I believe it's their 5th season, right? Yeah, season 5, obviously. So they've been around for a while. What I like about it is, it's not like a lot of the games that get all this hype and then what they're doing is they're just, pumping sale after sale after sale and selling you stuff. I'll give you some examples later that not really happy about when they haven't really even developed a lot of the game yet. I like Realm because they keep you informed. It's been around for a while. It's a very stable economy. It's a good economy. You get into their Discord, it's one of the more positive ones, and there's actually a bit of gameplay with it. So it's a resource management type game. So I do like it. I do play it. I'm not too concerned about the ROI and all that kind of stuff right now because I do feel like that's going to come. I feel like they have a lot of mechanics, but season 5 did just kick off this week. So if you're not into it, I would probably go and have a look. It's definitely worth it, and one that has been progressing and working very hard during this bear market. And that's the nice thing is, from March, a whole bunch of games came out. And not a lot happened with them. And you can easily tell which ones have been working and which ones have just kind of, fallen by the wayside. You haven't really heard anything from their Discord at all. So go check out Realm. Music Moguls, it was a little disappointing. They launched their November calendar and there is no talk about the game being released. A lot of us, got packs and assets and stuff back in June, and we've been waiting. They, kind of said tentatively October, November, maybe game launch. Again, if you've been around crypto a while, it's not really a big deal. You expect there's going to be lots of delays. Ethereum, how long did it take for them to actually do their merge when they said it was going to come out? I mean, it was years later. Hopefully we're not waiting years for this, but it was a little disappointing to see that. The nice thing is though that they did actually, if you go into their general chat, they did kind of explain the reason for it, which helps a little bit. It sounded like they were having some issues with their development team that just weren't performing and weren't doing what they wanted. So they had to kind of get rid of them and start over. Obviously there's going to be some transition time and all that, and that's fine. You'd rather get a game that is going to work. I think a little more communication would have been nice before throwing out a calendar that had nothing on it about game launch, but they are working on it. It is from formerly Wax Studios, but now Tyranno Studios. So I have a lot of confidence in this game that they're going to do it right. Same with a game like Blockchain Brawlers. Blockchain Brawlers, and who knows, by the time that this video comes out, there might be some new news about it. But and there's an announcement actually just came up, so let's hope it's a good one. It's just the November calendar. So anyway, okay, so they're giving us new dates now for the PvP launch. It was supposed to be on the 1st. Obviously, that didn't happen, but they did communicate there were still some bugs that they, let us know about that first day, that evening on, I can't even remember, it might have been Halloween or it was the end of the day on the 1st. There's some bugs they're still working out. That's fine. Again, I know this team is working on it. It'd be a good time right now to, get your brawlers, stack your brawl. There's not a lot of price movement, which means you can still get a lot of this stuff fairly cheap. Again, a little disappointing. We didn't get the launch last week, but I get it. And if you're been around crypto for a while, not a big deal. But the nice thing is if you go into their Discord, they are communicating about it and let you know what happened. And this is actually pretty encouraging. This literally just came up as I was So I haven't even seen what is all involved yet. That's pretty cool. Brawl purchase in game with a credit card. That's huge for onboarding new users. So that's big. Launching next week. I'm super excited about that. So a little bit of good news. I wasn't looking so hopeful, but that's great to see. What else? Dehoot Valley, again, it sounded like they were supposed to launch their actual kind of 3D version and everything this week. It didn't happen, but again, they've been communicating. I know they're having a meeting with the team. It sounded like today, and they were going to kind of discuss rolling that out. They did drop some stuff earlier this week, which was kind of nice. It allowed us to get some iron, to blend some iron. If you're not familiar with that, go check some of the previous videos about getting started. Once the 3D version gets out, I'll do another video with more detail and stuff about it. But for now, it's pretty much just kind of a blending, building, staking game. But on Halloween, they did come out with, some of their mansions and that, which gave you more population, which means you can earn more hoot. So that was nice that they did that. And another reason I like these guys is, yes, we all want the game to be out right away. And they said, fall and all this kind of stuff. They've been keeping us in the loop. They've been pretty informative. And what I like is they're not just shilling a whole bunch of expensive packs, getting people to spend all this wax. They're actually building. And they do have the odd little pack sale and the odd little, upgrade and that kind of stuff, but it's not breaking the budget, which is not what a lot of guys do. I find a lot of the developers on Wax, they got no problem asking you to spend $300 on a pack, yet they have nothing built yet, which is super frustrating, for anybody who is investing. And I know it's not just about ROI, but when you're going to go spend, $175, $300 on a pack, that one, you don't even really know what you're going to get in it. In a bear market, in times like this, I don't know. I think that's pretty greedy, and it puts a really big red flag for me. So I'm still very, very optimistic and happy about this game. Positive. There's not a lot of chatter that goes on in the Discord, but it is fairly positive, which is a nice thing. And they just keep building. They just keep building. I'll tell you what. Anybody who's still building right now, from March until November 4th. The teams that are building right now are the ones that are going to explode. How many games came out in March? And I can name a whole bunch that launched all kinds of stuff. War Space, Sailor's World, Farmer's World, all just disappeared, along with, I just stopped looking at a lot of those games after a while because they all did the same thing. Pump, 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 hype, 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 pack, 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 and then nothing. Discord, dead. So the guys who are building right now, that's who you want to follow. So that is some cool stuff. Farming Tales, I did want to talk about that. I know they're talking about new Wax Chester being rolled out later in November. We'll see. I'm guessing that will probably get pushed back too, which is not a big deal. I like what they're doing. They're really communicating. I like so many things that they're doing. They're really giving you some good tokenomics and stuff inside the Discord, which makes me very optimistic for this game long term right now. And just a quick thought here, a lot of people on the Wax blockchain are, very concerned with ROI, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, we're in play to earn gaming, and all these developers say, well, why are you so fixed on ROI? I'm like, hey, I get that I don't need to make all my money back tomorrow, but if you're going to ask me to spend $300, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 on a game, I'm sorry, but I'm going to expect a little bit of ROI on that, or at least some really, really good gameplay, which very few of these games have delivered yet. Lots of promises, but they haven't delivered yet. So yes, I'm focused on ROI, but it doesn't have to be tomorrow. It can be, and that's what I've noticed. A lot of these games that are really building right now, they're really active in the Discord, they're really communicating with their players. Right now, they're looking at, if you're buying an asset that is generating any kind of token, right now it's about a 10 to 12 month ROI before you're going to see that back, assuming the prices stay where they're at, which most have been pretty stable. The ones that have the 30 and the 60-day ROI, like Mining Network or Quicker, I mean, they're just tanking. Hopefully, they will stabilize. I don't know. It's a pretty negative environment right now in their Discord and all that. I'm optimistic. I think they have really good tokenomics that could save that, but I think there's definitely an unbalance. So we'll see how that goes. But But think about that. A 10 to 12 month ROI on your investment. Are you freaking kidding me? Where else can you go and get that? That's, you put $1,000 in and you get $1,000 back at the end of the year for playing a game. That's still pretty cool. Are you going to get rich doing it? No. But are you going to get rich putting $1,000 in your bank account, investing in a stock or any of that kind of stuff that's going to give you 100% ROI in 12 months? I don't see it. So, just something to consider. I think, we all obviously got into crypto. I think just about everybody that I know got into crypto to get rich. You're still here in this bear market because you learned what it can do for you. It is just going to take some patience, guys, but just keep that into consideration. Anyway, that was a big rant about Farming Tales, but the other thing I did like about it, they're active in the community. I like that, they're blending options and to get the animals and the buildings and stuff. It keeps increasing. I don't know why more games don't do this. As long as you're allowing new players to get in at reasonable levels, I think increasing the price to blend stuff ensures a healthy game. So I'm glad to see that kind of stuff. That's what makes me very bullish on this. Again, yes, it's taken longer than, I don't want to say longer than it should, but longer than they had originally anticipated. I think New Wax Chester was supposed to come out in like March, and here we are in November. But I'd rather see a good game get developed, and I'm sure a lot of these projects are hoping that we're out of this bear market and we start just seeing not even bull market or pumps or any of that kind of stuff, but just getting back to a stage where there's some stability, there's some certainty in the market that we're not going lower and lower. And I'll be honest, guys, and I will talk about this in my later video too, but there's a huge sentiment around crypto right now that it's just going lower and lower. And it's from people who've been around forever. It's the same people that in September, October, November 2021 said we're going to 100, we're going to 200K. And the majority of people are saying right now that we are going down, which is, it could very well happen, but it gives me a lot of vibes of the complete opposite of last year when everybody thought it would never go down. Now I feel like everybody who said that is like, it is only going to go down, which makes me super bullish, along with stuff that the government's doing. They've never been more aggressive and crabbier and crankier about raising rates and all that kind of stuff, which just kind of leads me to believe that they're probably full of shit. I don't think I think there's an agenda. I think they want everybody to think that they're going to raise and they're just going to break the friggin' economy, while in the background, they're probably stockpiling. If you go to Debate Crypto, they just did a really good video kind of talking about that. I believe it was on Wednesday, on November 2nd, about the dollar being backed by Bitcoin. And to me, it just feels like when the government gets that aggressive and that hawkish and that, that they don't care. They're just going to basically wreck the economy until they can get inflation under control, which they're not going to be able to by raising rates. That's just common sense. It's not going to work in this environment. They just keep printing money. It's not fixing anything. But when they get that aggressive, it makes me believe, because I don't trust them, and most of you that are still in crypto probably don't trust them either, but I think there's something else going on that we are not privileged to, that they're probably taking advantage of, again, which makes me very bullish, because when they start doing things, whether it be regulations, whether they start buying, whether they're backing the dollar with Bitcoin, whatever it is. And I know we're not talking about Bitcoin here, but a crypto market is a crypto market. It's all correlated. Some stuff correlates differently, but it's all that sentiment. We need people to get excited about it again. So anyway, long rant there for that, guys. But anyway, the point was, Farming Tales, I like what they're doing long term, and I think most of these games are just kind of waiting for some kind of stability before they really launch things so that they can create a lot of excitement. So those were a couple of things that I wanted to talk about in gaming. I'm just trying to see here if I missed anything out. The other one I was a little disappointed about was Castles. I was really hoping Castles, it sounded like they were, and who knows, it's still Friday, but we were going to start being able to stake some of our heroes, which I don't think has come to fruition yet either. So again, I'm sure there's issues. I have no concerns about Castles. It's the team, the development team, the project, it just keeps building. They keep launching new things. They're constantly talking to us, letting us know what's going on. And I may have missed an announcement too as to what's going on, but I am still very bullish, and I do like this game. It's not a quick ROI game, but I honestly believe that these guys are actually building something long term that, it might be 3 months, it might be 6 months, it might be 12 months, it might be 24 months, but down the road, I think this is one of those that kept building in the bear market, and we're going to be very grateful as we get out of this. So those are kind of the things that I wanted to talk about today, guys. I hope I gave you some hope, even during a week where there was not a lot of hope. There was not a lot of things that happened, but there is a lot of good things still coming. There's so much being built in the crypto space right now. And I don't know, I have that same feeling I did back in, April to October of 2021, where there was so much going on that something has to happen. Even if it just stabilizes, I'm good with that. I'm totally happy with that. Just kind of some stability in that, and it just have all those same feelings that I did then. Not that it's going to be a crazy bull market, but that a lot of stuff is being built, and I feel like so many people are so bearish, and a lot of times if you can just go against the crowd and what the majority of the sentiment is, a lot of times you're going to be better off. So, I mean, worst case right now is you keep playing, you keep building, you keep stacking your tokens. If there's good opportunities to buy, if there's good opportunity to get assets at a really cheap price. I remember when Brawlers were going for $5,000 a piece for like an epic brawler. Now you can get one for $50. Are you kidding me? A game of that quality and caliber that's being built on the Wax blockchain by their development team. You think they're going to let that one fail? I'm not saying it can't, but I'm saying there is very low odds at that, and you get an epic brawler for $50 when it was $5,000, 6 months ago, 7 months ago, 8 months ago, whatever it was. I don't know. That seems like a pretty darn good deal to me, and I'm not saying it's going to go back to 5,000 right away, but it just seems like probably a pretty good time to buy. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know that was a long rant. That was probably more than I planned on talking about, but there's so much going on. So guys, again, be sure to like and subscribe. Leave me your comments and questions in the below if there's things you guys want me to go over, different games and all that kind of stuff. I'd love to hear them. There's so much out there that I miss things all the time too, so I'd love to get your guys' feedback and opinions. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next video.